Nope, that's not clickbait. This girl actually eats aliens. This is Nomamoto. In Nomamoto's world, aliens live on Earth with humans. They came to Earth 9 years ago after saving it from a meteor that was going to destroy the whole planet. Since then, aliens and humans have been living together in harmony, and things have been great. Thanks, aliens! But for Nomamoto, life sucks. Since the aliens came to Earth, they've been nothing but rude schmucks that elbow her in the face and don't apologize, and seem to look down on her. She hates aliens. Her job pays her barely enough to live and buy food, and her alien boss is a jerk who hits her in the head every time she doesn't do what he wants. But one day, the boss accidentally sets himself on fire. Seeing someone burned to death like this would be a traumatizing experience, and Nomamoto looks pretty terrified. But then, she realizes, damn, something smells good. Later on, there's a knock at Nomamoto's door. She opens it to see this guy carrying a dead alien. This is Kitami. Kitami worked at the same place as Nomamoto with a boss that burned himself alive, and he hates aliens just like Nomamoto does, which is why he beat this one here to death. And the two team up to wipe out every alien in the city. Kitami beats them to death, and Nomamoto disposes of the evidence the old-fashioned way. This manga is called Drama Queen, and the reason I wanted to make this video was because it just seemed like a fun manga. I've never read a story where an Earthling fights back against an alien invasion by slowly eating all of them. That's a really interesting idea. But when you get further into the manga, you start to see these layers of moral complexity and different perspectives that peel back like a nice stinky onion. Damn, does that bring a tear to my eye. On top of that, whenever this manga first came out, there was a ton of people that were calling it racist because of these two characters that hate aliens just for existing, when most of them are actually pretty chill. We'll talk about that more in a second, but I do want to say, I don't think it's racist. I think it's anti-racist. Wait, don't leave, don't click away! But what really gets me is the moral questions that are asked in this manga. Like, is it bad to murder an alien species that invaded your planet if they're not trying to kill you? Can you truly forgive someone who's taken everything from you? And why are the aliens so cute and squishy? Am I meant to relate to them? See, that is what makes this manga a ride. Get ready. Okay, I want to start with the elephant in the room right away. So, Lenny, get out here. Is this manga racist? Let's find out. Okay, so, like we said earlier, the aliens came to Earth peacefully after destroying a meteor that was gonna blow the whole planet up, right? But Kitami the alien killer has a pretty good question. Was the asteroid even real in the first place? Or did the aliens just stage it so they could invade us peacefully? So, Kitami doesn't trust their story, and he said multiple times that he doesn't view aliens as people, and that he won't stop until all the aliens are dead. He's really making this easy, isn't he? But that's just part of what's on his mind. The main reason he doesn't like aliens has to do with this one. This guy's name is Lily. Yeah, the is part of his name. Anyways, Kitami immediately recognizes Lily. He's seen him before on the worst day of his life. Lily was the driver of the car that killed Kitami's whole family and only left him alive. Kitami's been waiting for this moment for years. He's always kept an eye out, and it paid off. Finally, he can avenge his family, Sasuke style. But oh wait, when Kitami confronts Lily, he says that it was his brother Lally who actually drove the car that killed his family. It wasn't Lily, it was his twin brother Lally. Oh man, here we go. So now Kitami has a choice. Does he trust Lily and go after his twin brother, who's the one that actually killed his family? Or does he think Lily's lying and just kill him? Before we get to his decision, let's sum all of this racist stuff up. With everything we know now, him not thinking aliens are people, and literally wanting to slaughter all of them into oblivion, yeah, I would say that's pretty racist. Yes, his story is tragic, but that doesn't justify everything that he's done, obviously. But now, what about Nomamoto? Why does she eat aliens? For her, it's a lot more simple. You see, she suffers from a debilitating condition called broke ass, and she is constantly starving all the time. Literally all she wants is a good meal. This girl can scarf down 3 entire aliens in 30 minutes. Okay, I get being hungry, but how can she just devour the corpses of aliens like a rabid dog and not feel anything? Here's the answer. She doesn't know what to feel. Nomamoto doesn't talk to her family, and she's never had any friends. She's not really well versed in social skills and relating to others, and I think a big part of that is empathy. She's been surviving barely all this time on her own, and she's had some rough experiences with aliens that weren't nice to her. Because of these limited experiences, she doesn't see aliens as actual people with thoughts and feelings that can feel pain and love and live and breathe just like her. She doesn't see a person, she sees a Big Mac. So yeah, that's pretty racist. But I don't think the story is racist. Wait, stop writing that comment. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. I swear I have a point. I swear I have a point. Our main characters have a bad viewpoint that's been fueled by the bad experiences they've had. But this viewpoint is being challenged and questioned over and over in this story. Like, almost everybody else in Japan loves aliens, and they're grateful to them for saving the Earth. And some humans even date aliens too. And Lily, the alien, is actually a great friend to Kitami, and he's even willing to help him track down his twin brother Lally so that Kitami can get an apology from him. Lily doesn't know that Kitami wants to kill his brother, that's a whole other thing by the way. But is this enough to change their minds? Not right now, it seems. Kitami is still full of sadness and loneliness and hatred, while Nomamoto is still just a hungry demon. But there are more characters and situations that get introduced that are questioning these racist viewpoints. I'm gonna get more into this story now, so if you don't want spoilers, this might be a good time to end it. Sorry, you can read it on the Manga Plus app if you want to, alright? I also have a few other videos you can watch. I'll put one, I think right here. Which way's the card on this? I have no idea. We're gonna get into spoiler central right now, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Let's begin. So, Kitami agrees to have Lily help him, while still questioning if he's the one that actually killed his family. Lily tells him that his brother really likes this idol that's performing at a concert soon, and he even gives Kitami his ticket so he can go and try to catch the brother. Isn't that nice? Lily really is the nicest person in this story, with no ifs, ands, or buts. Before the concert, Kitami visits the grave of his sister, and he meets this girl there. This is Yuka. Yuka was a friend of Kitami's sister before she died in the car crash, and so her and Kitami actually get along and share stories about his sister. It's a really nice scene. As a side note, it's nice to see Kitami actually smiling and having a good time in this story. This dude is never happy. He is miserable all the freaking time. But as soon as he gets a girl sitting across from him in a diner, he's all like, gorish, oh yuck. It's a nice human side of him that we don't really see because he's, cutting down aliens like a riding mower. But here's the kicker though. The idol that's performing at the concert, it's Yuka. Oh yeah, things are getting messy now, boy. Yuka loves aliens, they're her biggest fans, and she's grateful for their support so she can do what she loves, being an idol. But later that night, after Yuka and Kitami meet up for the first time, she's walking home from a rehearsal. And she sees something in the bottom of a parking garage. And yeah, she catches them dead to rights, red freaking handed. Oh yeah, she gets a picture too. A few days go by, and Yuka meets with Kitami to try and convince him to turn himself in. But obviously Kitami says no, he doesn't want to do that, he wants to kill more aliens. He says that he's not passing judgment on the aliens, he just straight up hates them. See, now Lily is actually excluded from this hate now that he's helping Kitami. He's one of the good ones, But all the other aliens, no, he wants to kill every single one of them. What a nice guy. Of course, Yuka doesn't want that. She doesn't want him to kill people, so she's going to turn him in. But by some act of God, Kitami guilt trips her into not reporting him to the police. He's like, please, my sister in heaven, she was your friend. You can't turn me in. She'll be really sad. I do not know how this works. By some act of God, it does. Insane. Anyways, so Yuka's gonna let him go. And Kitami's like, all right, I won't bother you anymore. After the concert. I still need to go to the concert. And Yuka's weirded out at first, but she's like, fine, you go to the concert, then we never see each other again. Okay? Okay. So, Kitami goes to the concert, and Yuka's performing. Kitami originally was planning on killing all the aliens there, but now he's just looking for the one that killed his family. He decided to play it cool and not to destroy the entire place. What a nice guy. This concert is my favorite part. Shit really hits the fan. Everything that has been building up this entire time leads to this. Yuka goes on stage in front of God and everybody and immediately says, "There's an alien killer among us. I have photographic proof." But yeah, the entire alien audience turns on Kitami and he obliterates them like an 8th grader at CC's Pizza.
Kill-tacular.
Despite killing all these aliens, Kitami refuses to kill the girls on stage. He won't do it. Even if they report him to the police, he simply can't kill humans. He just can't. But that's okay. There's someone else that can. There's a mountain of dead aliens, the backup dancers shaking in terror. And the door squeaks open, and it's Lily. So yeah, Lily shows up. He's murdered everyone else at the venue, and he's there to protect his friend Kitami, his best friend. He really likes Kitami, so much so that he's willing to have his favorite idol be dead instead of Kitami in jail. But since Kitami values human life, he wants Lily to spare Yuka, but Lily doesn't want to. He wants to protect Kitami, and he knows that Yuka will say something. It's not so easy on the other side, huh, is it? A fire starts at the venue. There's corpses everywhere. But before Lily can pull the trigger and kill Yuka, Nomamoto comes up and bites his freaking head like a Rottweiler who smelled a pot roast. She rips off his freaking nose and the entire gang escapes, and they leave Lily in the burning building. Everybody else is safe outside, but what really gets me, Kitami is crying. Nomamoto's like, "Did you find your killer?" And Kitami's like, "I don't know." Guys, come on. This is good writing. Giving Kitami a taste of his own medicine by having him stare down the barrel of a gun that's being held by someone who wants to protect him, but he's going way too far. I think when Kitami's crying, he's actually mourning Lily. He's mourning his friend that was ready and willing to do terrible things to protect him, just like Kitami was ready and willing to do terrible things to avenge his family. We're only 20 chapters in, by the way. This thing is still brand spanking new. Okay, so let's do a little speculating. I think that this situation is going to finally give Kitami some empathy. Maybe he'll want to stop killing aliens out of guilt or remorse or for Lily's memory or something. That would be nice to see. And I don't think Yuka will turn him in since he's the one that protected her from Lily. She finally saw a bad alien for the first time, so I think this might shift her perspective too. Maybe he'll become the alien lover and she'll become the alien killer. That would be interesting, huh? And then there's Nomamoto. I think she'll just keep eating aliens simply because they taste good and she really doesn't care. Her anti-racist moment will probably come later. But I'm gonna be honest, I love seeing this character development. I live for this stuff, dude. Seeing these people grow empathy in real time is a lot of fun, and you should check it out. There's a lot in this manga that I had to skip over just for time, but it's still definitely worth checking out. You should read this. But that's all I have right now. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video about people being shitty to other people, then you should watch this one where I talk about a narcissist high school girl who screws up her entire life and everybody's life around her. There's some murder and it's very, very juicy. You should check that out. There's also more stuff on my Patreon if you're interested. That's patreon.com/Sriracha. Link below. All right, thank you guys. See you later.
Yoink.